Hello and welcome to the EUROGAMER Expo. Coming up now, we're very lucky to have Marek and Tom, who've come all the way from Poland to show us their new game, The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings. It's going to be a very exciting presentation. I do need to inform you that it will involve some nudity. It is computer-generated nudity. Disappointingly, they're not actually going to be nude, but there is a little bit of nudity, so if you're offended by that sort of thing, probably leave now. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. How you doing? Now, who's in for the naked chicks? No, don't worry. It won't happen until like a few minutes into the game. We'll start off with a few facts. Has anyone played the first Witcher? Anyone? All right, good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. If you liked the first game, I hope you liked, we just like to assure you that the principles that made us make the first Witcher are still important for us. It was a story-driven game, and the second one is a story-driven game as well. It's a main feature of the game, but of course, it also features a lot of new stuff like new graphics because we have new engine, we have written the engine, and also a lot of game mechanics that we want to show you. But starting off, we have two parts of the presentation for you. All of them will be gameplay based, and we don't have any slides or any fact sheets. We just want to show you what you can expect from the game, and this is what the presentation will be about. We will start off with the first part of the gameplay that we're about to show you, and it's going to be a quest. So Marek will show you, and I will actually tell you about how you progress through the story in Witcher 2, and what happens if you actually change your approach towards, well, many factors that determine non-linearity in a game. And this is what I want to show you. The first one is a quest where the player, Witcher Geralt, is inside a prison and want to escape from the prison. How we do it is just yet another story. Let's load the game. There we are.
Not yesterday. He was a hero, pretty much. Everyone's man.
Personally saw him cut down 20 men in the blink of an eye, so it's no surprise.
See him dashing along those walls. Can't rightly say I ever saw his sword. Blade him so fast.
I thought that beast would turn him to bits when it came out of the clouds.
Delayed don't mean denied. Hangman will do that tomorrow.
Alright, what you don't know yet, but the player will know, is that we actually could already get out of these shackles. Someone helped us. It's just another part of the story, I won't spoil it for you, but we could do it now. If we did it now, however, the guards would run in with their weapons, so we probably want to be smarter than that. Marek, I want you to try to provoke them to come in barehanded.
Guard! Come here, good man.
Why are you hollering? Do that again and we'll shut you up.
You got the wrong guy.
Really? Holy shit, boys, open the cell! We've got an innocent man in here! Hope you're that funny during the execution tomorrow.
You wouldn't say that if these bars weren't here.
Is that so? Let's see.
Alright, good going. They're coming in, they don't have their weapon. It will be easier to fight these guys. Alright, what's important is
Rip your guts out!
in Witcher 2 you don't always have to kill your enemies. There are many ways and many places where you could do non-lethal fighting, like this one. We have redesigned the whole system of combat, not only a fist fight. Right now you're gonna see how fist fighting looks in the game. More dynamic, more spectacular, and skill-based as well. Come on, Marek. You can do better than that. Oh, you're embarrassing me, man. Come on. Nice. Alright. Almost done. Yeah, let's finish this guy. We didn't kill him, don't worry. We didn't kill him, he's alive. Just taken down. Alright, we made it out of the prison cell, which is good, but it's only beginning of getting out of the prison itself and what the main quest is about. Obviously, these guys were stupid enough to leave the sword in here, which is our sword, and we can take it right now, which is a good chance for me to tell you about character customization and changes that we've done in it. This will be the placeholder graphics of the character customization screen, but you can already see that you can pretty much tweak everything about how Geralt looks and what are the statistics of different parts of things that he wears and that he uses. So there are parts of clothes, there are also weapons. You can actually craft weapons in The Witcher 2, and you can also upgrade weapons that you have. There you go, there's a rune of fire that boosts poisoning chance by 5%. And the game also tells you that you actually have upgraded the weapon by showing the clear visual mark on the weapon. Yeah, I know these are gadgets, but you know, a lot of people like them. All right, moving on. We will be progressing through this prison. And we can do it in two ways, in two major ways. I mean, like a gameplay approach towards how you complete the quest is also non-linear, because you could just butcher through this place, killing everyone on your way. It's doable, maybe not really settled, but doable. But you could also try a stealth approach. This is what we'll do, because actually a stealth approach is rewarded with more XP by completing the quest. So you could use magical signs to put out torches, thus gathering less attention. Let's see what happens.
What was that?
Yeah, we can just wait. And we can ambush. Alright, fair enough. Moving on, there is upstairs.
Let me alone, please.
Oh, this is just a prisoner whining. There's this left and right that you can go. Of course, different parts of location require different tactics, so we might want to focus. Let's try use alchemy for a moment, because there was a cat potion in The Witcher 1. It allows you to see in the darkness, but the difference in The Witcher 2 is it also allows you to see your opponents through walls, which is actually perfect for situations like this. So you can see the guy, because timing is really key here if you want to ambush this guy. Let's see if we can do it. Ninja style, Marek. Very nice. Perfect. Okay, we just wanted to ambush this guy, but we want to go the other way around. Let's take off the potion. It gets creepy after some time, I guess. All right, there we go. There are more guards upstairs. We also want to use medallion from time to time. It highlights dangerous places. Water pools in here. You don't want to step into them when you're sneaking because they make noise. It's a contextual use. There are more uses of this. All right. Okay. It so happens that this guy in here has dropped a key. Of course, for any key in a game, there should be a door that this key opens. It's no exception with this case. There we go. There is a door on the right. If we open this door with the key that we got, we actually found a totally alternative path through the location. So I already mentioned there are many factors that influence how non-linear the game is. Not only your approach, but also where you go determines how the story unfolds. And this is the case. We went into the basement of this prison, and we will see different people meet different NPCs, and the story will look different. And this is actually the place where your previous choices in the game come into play, because previously in this game, in the save game, Marek has killed a very important character who happens to be a son of a woman that you meet right now. Normally you would meet her son. She's being tortured. Nudity, guys. She's being tortured.
And
normally it would be her son in here.
Signature confirming the Voltes did not sign.
Yeah, this is a very pervert torturer.
Then who by the gods did?
Enough. Let's rescue this one. Come on.
She's preparing the scroll.
There we go. We will get inside this room through the window.
I've yet to meet anyone.
And we'll sneak up on the scribe that's standing out here. This one is easy. But next one, the torturer, will be a more challenging opponent, because he's a strong one. So it's probably a good idea to block his strikes, Marek. To block his strikes, actually, and then try to time your repost. It's most effective. Alright, if you die, this won't be good, man. Nice. Alright, thanks.
Will you unbind me?
Yes, well, let's unbind this woman. She probably wants to dress up. She will mention...
I'm grateful to you for freeing me, but now allow me to cover myself.
Yeah. She, of course, will mention facts that play a role depending on our previous choices. In this case, we killed her son.
Just yesterday, you scaled the walls of my castle. Today, you creeped through its dungeon to save my life. How did you come here?
I heard you talking to the hangman and thought you could use my help.
As recompense for my son's death?
I don't feel guilt at that. It was an honest fight.
Will you tell me how my son died?
Death is the same for all of us.
Only to unstrip a feeling, Witcher.
Forgive me, milady. But guards may arrive at any moment. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right, we definitely want to get out of here, but it seems not so fast because someone's coming.
Sheath your sword, Witcher. They never miss. They're the elite of the Nilfgaardian army.
Show dancers,
You're
yeah.
kidding, right? There are only 2 of them.
Holding 2 of the best crossbows in the world.
Who are you?
Forgive me, my lady. Shillard Fitz-Esteban, emissary of the Empire of Nilfgaard and its most divine ruler, the Emperor Emir Var Emrys.
Arian warned me that Foltest was colluding with you.
A political dispute we should leave for later, my lady. I have come to assist you in rejoining your children.
At what price?
You wrong me with this question, my lady.
Silence. You will also assist the Witcher.
Important thing, because there is one more factor that influenced non-linearity. She offered us her help because we rescued her, and that means that it will be easier for us to exit the prison because this guy in here actually will help us drawing attention of the NPCs. We won't have to kill all of them. You'll see it in a moment.
Can't help thinking you'd help me grudgingly, Ambassador.
Your impudence, Witcher, is puzzling, given what you've done.
I've been wrongly accused.
Very hard to believe. Why, they practically caught you red-handed.
Enough! Cease your bickering at once. I owe the Witcher a debt of honor, and we Lavalettes invariably satisfy those, regardless of who that does or does not suit.
Highly noble, my lady, but it is the Empire's interests I must safeguard. On the other hand, the Witcher has in the past done us favors, and could yet do so again. I shall help him flee the castle. And you, my lady, I invite to join me in my chambers afterwards. You stay with them. You come with me. Witcher, count no more than 20 heartbeats, then follow us into the courtyard.
I have paid my debt to you, but do not assume I shall ever forgive you your deed.
I don't expect you to forgive me, and I never claimed a debt.
Had you claimed it, I could not have assisted you.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to get out of here. Let me tell you that it would be extremely difficult if we decided not to get help from these NPCs. So you're gonna see the way it works. We're actually really close to the exit of this facility. There are just few more guards that we need to take care of. Some of them will be easier, some not. There are some guards that we have to kill. Upstairs, just upstairs from here, is the guy that you were just talking about.
Follow me!
Yes, sir.
And that's what he does. He takes these guards slightly away. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put out the torches with our magical sign, and we're gonna stick just behind the corner in a shadow because they'll be running back in a moment, and they won't see us that way.
And is raging
and the
in
path
the
to
dungeon.
the exit will be open.
Restrain him immediately. One more word, soldier, and I shall personally make certain you hang beside the fugitive. To the dungeon, on the double.
Yeah, here they come. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, the
Is
lazy
that all?
one. No, the lazy one.
There's the lazy one.
Yeah, there should be.
Oh yeah. All right, so we can go, right? This is the exit from the castle. Let me wrap it up once again. Depending on what choices you make previously in a game, depending on what is your manner to walk throughout any location or any quest in a game, and also depending on whether you get choices from the NPCs or not, the game might look totally different. This is how we approach non-linearity. And also, there's no loading right away because thanks to our new engine. And also it determines, because the quest ends in more or less the same way, but there are there are just many ways to achieve this goal. Yes, spectacular way, big location. What I want to tell you is, because we have unlocked the camera to fly around for a moment, I want to tell you that all of these places, even the furthest one, will actually be explorable in a game. So this is not like fake cardboard stands. This is really what you will be playing in a game, and you will be reaching and exploring all these areas. All right, enough showing off. Let's just finish the quest. So we made it. We're out of the prison. There's a ship waiting by. We're gonna meet an old friend of ours, Triss Marigold.
Geralt! Over here!
Watch for the archers, by the way. All right, nice, Marek. This is the story part. I wanted to show you how the game looks depending on the choices that you make, and there are a lot of different choices that you can actually make. Some of them story-wise, some of them gameplay-wise, and some of them just depending, like exploration-wise, depending on where you go. This is not all. We've got another part of the gameplay presentation for you. This first one was based around the story, and telling non-linear story was the main reason for us to rewrite the engine. The new engine that we have is our own. We wrote it ourselves from scratch. And the second thing that we actually were able to gain because of the fact that we have a new engine is the scale of the events. We have enhanced pretty much everything in a game, starting with size of the location, but also to huge encounters. We have 3 really epic battles in a game. You're going to see part of one of these battles. This is going to be like a battlefield, a cursed battlefield, where some of the ghosts are fighting. Thanks to our new engine, you will see like 100 characters on screen at any given moment. Luckily enough, you won't have to fight all of them, but some of these will be just ghosts fighting, so they won't attack us, but some of them are demons that are, let's call it, more real than others, and you will actually have to fight them in a game. Let's see how it looks. Cursed battlefield. These guys disappear when we get close because these are like demons, like fighting ghost soldiers. There are a lot of them. But when you wander around this battlefield, you encounter demons that you have to fight to progress through this fight and get to the commander of the whole army, which is the final opponent at this stage. There you go. This one made himself out of the pieces of armor that were laying on the ground and is charging towards us. Nice dodging. And we're gonna have to use a strong style, strong strikes, because it is a strong kind of the opponent. If we defeat him, there's gonna be a commandant, a final opponent of this battle. We cut corners for you for the sake of the presentation. There we go. Alright. His name is Draug, by the way, and he is a commandant of all the armies around here, which means he's got a lot of really clever tactical attacks that he can put upon us. Let's try to attack him. Pieces of armor are falling apart, but this is not exactly the only way that we will be fighting this guy. There you go. One of the tactical attacks that he has, he's got archers behind the hills, so they'll try to hit us with the flaming arrows. Try not to get hit. Cover, really nice, really smart. Watch out, watch out. All right. That didn't work, so he utilizes another attack. He turned himself into tornado. You actually don't only have to run away from this tornado. It's not as easy. As you can see, he's destroying parts of the location, taking them with him. And these parts, occasionally, he might try to throw at us. So you definitely have to be extra careful while running away from this guy. Alright, that didn't work. What else that he has up his sleeve? Artillery. Oh, there is artillery. Watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Fireballs coming from the sky. Not really subtle, but probably effective. Alright guys, what I can promise you is that in the final version of the game you will be able to defeat this guy. This is it, let me wrap it up. First part was about the story and how we approach non-linearity with The Witcher 2. And the second, with the new engine and with everything that we have, we were able to enhance the scale of the events on a really huge, epic scale. This is the gameplay presentation. Do we have time for any Q&A? I don't know. Anyone wants to ask questions, anything?
Everything's clear.
Alright. Okay, you need microphone probably. First tell me if you liked it.
I do like it.
Oh yeah.
Want to? Okay. I do like it. My name is Marek, by the way. I'm from Poland as well.
Hello.
Cheers.
I really like the game, and I'm really curious, how big is the team? How many people is working on this project?
Just the two of us.
Yeah, I know, I believe you.
There are around 80 developers at the moment, but the whole team, including like everyone, all the overheads and everyone, we're nearing 100 people at the moment.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good team.
All right, anyone else? We still have time, right?
Hello? At the point where those two elite soldiers came into the prison, the option they had was Geralt would say they looked like dancers, but what he actually said was there are only two of them. Are the different translations going to have different flavors again? Because
it's just because of the dialogues are streamlined. It means that not exactly the thing that you are saying is shown like a shortened version. It's like to give you an idea how you can. It's more about the attitude. You might be like aggressive, ignorant. You might be friendly. This is what we're trying to highlight with the streamlined version of the dialogue. So this was the reason.
But the different translations are going to be more along the same lines, because with the original, like the Polish one was quite more explicit than the English at first.
We are actually, this time we are doing it slightly different than the first version, than the first game, because we are doing Polish and English language at the same time. We've got a writer team and we got a localization team, especially part of the team that is responsible for the English language, and they work together. So we make sure that it's actually not like the English language is the one that game is created first, and nor Polish language. It's like parallel. So both of these languages we could consider like languages that the game is created first. They actually even, if a guy that is responsible for translation thinks that it doesn't really work in English, something that guy wrote in Polish, they change it. So that's why it's very dynamic. Oh, you're a very shy audience.
Hi, I have a couple of questions. The first one is that going to be the only viewpoint when playing the game that we'll see, unlike with the first Witcher where you had a couple of different ways of viewing it?
Yeah, well, in Witcher 1 you have predefined cameras that you could switch throughout the game. And here it's both, well, we've got like 20 or 30 types of camera all adjusted towards certain situation, exploration, combat, cutscenes, dialogues, and so on and so on. And they are adjusted automatically. So there is a difference. You don't choose it manually, but there are way more types of camera actually in a game.
And second question is, other than PC, are there any other platforms that you're aiming for?
Like requirements?
In terms of consoles.
Okay, I cannot announce anything yet. I mean, we have a policy, a wise policy that tells us unless you're sure that it's bound to happen, just. But yeah, we do want to do a console version of The Witcher 2. We do want to do it, yeah. One more, come on.
I was just wondering what kind of support you'd have for modding.
For modding? Okay, with the first Witcher, it was a different engine, but we have released the toolset after releasing the first one. I can only mention a few numbers. We have around 1 million people registered in our community. We have thousands of mods done, all of them available on forums. But with the second Witcher, it's probably going to be the same case because our engine is implemented and designed with thinking about things like modding. But it's just, I think it's wise to release at least one game on it and have a proof that it works until you like release it. So we're probably going to think about it after we release the game.
There's one right here.
Roughly how long do you think the campaign's going to last for? How many hours?
Oh yeah, things like exact number of hours are determined at the very end of the development. So that means I cannot give you a precise number. But have you played the first one? Have you seen the first one? Because it was like 40 to 80 hours basically, and we're not making a shorter game. So all that I can tell you right now, because we're even before the beta version of the game, all that I can tell you that it's not going to be a shorter game. It's going to be more intense because we ditched a lot of quests that in Witcher 1 based on running around, like fetch me stuff, and from the other side of the location. So it's going to be more intense, but definitely not a shorter game. All right. Oh yeah, one.
Do you know the general system specs yet, or?
No. It's again, once again, it's pretty early for saying like specific requirements. But this one, well, it is a decent machine that we have in here. I mean, I would love to have one like this at home, but it's not a top notch. It's not the maximum that you can get on the market these days. So probably by the end we release the game, it's going to be closer to the middle segment. And moreover, what's even more important is that the game is still to have major optimization. The engine and the game is still before major part of the optimization. So it's not going to be ridiculous requirements. I can promise you that.
Hi, it's probably a silly question, but I just noticed the resemblance in the character in you. Is it based on your face by any chance?
Which one? No.
Looks a lot like you.
No. I'm ugly. It's not possible. No.
This is not the main question. The main question was actually how long did you work on the tech, the new tech that they're using? Have you started right after the first one?
Yeah, we did start. I mean, when we released the first game, part of the team was working on the enhanced edition of The Witcher 1. And the second part started on working on the tech, so we needed to make like low-level stuff, prototyping things, and it took like a year and a half. And then we had like basis of the engine, and then we released the enhanced version of The Witcher 1, and then all the team joined in, and they actually started implementing the game itself. So
yeah, but we're still working on the technology, right? So
of course,
it's not like totally ready. We're creating the game and at parallel, we're creating the engine, enhancing it.
Well, the engine that we call a Tsud engine is it's a tailor-made RPG engine. Not too many of these on the market right now, but so it means we're still working on it and making sure that each member of our team has tools that were designed for him. We have like dozens of tools for everything, starting from the story, from dialogues, cutscenes, communities, going into graphics and other stuff like animation. So there's a lot of work to be still done. But definitely it is ready to implement the game already, and this is what we're doing. Oh yeah, there's someone, I guess.
At any point, will you be able to free roam and do missions again for extra XP and things?
Like after the end of the game?
Yeah.
No, it is a story-driven game. I believe we have a good explanation for this because not everybody wants it, but this is a story-driven game and the story is like the ultimate feature of the game. So whenever you finish the story, you're pretty much done with this playthrough through the game. You might want to replay the game because it's a really non-linear one, but we don't want to implement the free roaming after the end of the game. It's like, it wouldn't make sense with the story.
But you will have some freedom, right? It's not like...
Within the game, side quests and picking up things that you have left behind in after some time, yes. But after you finish like Ultimate Quest, one of the 16 endings that we have in the game, when you see them, it's pretty much like, okay, credits. One more, last question.
Yeah, here. You've described quite an extensive engine, and I was just wondering if there were plans to license it commercially.
Yeah, it seems like a logical thing to do, a natural one, but it is pretty much the same answer as regarding the toolset. I mean, we definitely need to prove that the engine works, that we can actually release a game on it. When we do that, okay, let's start thinking about it, but right now we're totally focused on making at least one game on it. All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Hope you liked it.